You think you know reality. But what if everything your mind told you was a lie? Your brain decides before you do, your memories betray you, and even time isn't real. Stay with me because the 6 most shocking facts about the world will change the way you see life forever. Fact number 1. Most people believe that they are fully in control of their own thoughts and decisions, but the reality is far more unsettling. Right now, as you are reading these words, your brain is already working ahead of you, predicting, choosing, and deciding things before you are even aware of them. Science has revealed something that sounds almost unreal. Your brain makes decisions before your conscious mind feels like it has decided. What you call choice may actually be the final step of a process that started silently deep inside your mind. Imagine you are standing at a crossing, thinking about whether to turn left or right. You feel confident that the decision happens at the exact moment you choose. But brain scanning experiments have shown that the brain sends signals several seconds before a person becomes consciously aware of making a choice. In some studies, this gap was as long as 10 seconds. That means your brain already knows what you will do while you are still feeling unsure. The thought of free will suddenly becomes fragile, almost like a story your brain tells you to keep you feeling in control. This becomes even more disturbing when you realize how easily the brain can be influenced. Colors, sounds, lighting, and even smells can quietly change your behavior. A slow background song can make you walk more slowly in a store. Bright lights can increase alertness. Dark tones can trigger fear. You think you are acting naturally, but your brain is reacting to invisible signals around you. Advertisers and media experts understand this weakness very well, which is why companies spend billions learning how to guide your attention without you noticing. Your brain is also not a loyal recorder of truth. Every memory you have is slightly edited each time you remember it. The brain does not replay memories like a video. It rebuilds them like a story. During this process, real details can disappear, and imagined details can take their place. This is why two people can witness the same event and later describe it in completely different ways, both fully convinced they are correct. The frightening part is that the brain does not care about accuracy. It only cares about what feels right and what helps you survive emotionally. Even your personality, something you believe defines who you are, is not as solid as it seems. A small injury or change in a specific part of the brain can completely alter behavior. Gentle people have suddenly become aggressive. Honest people have started lying without guilt. Loving individuals have turned emotionally distant. History is full of cases where a brain injury created a completely different personality inside the same body. This forces a deeply uncomfortable question. If your personality can change so easily, then who are you really? Love itself is another powerful example of how the brain controls you. When you fall in love, your brain releases chemicals like dopamine, oxytocin, and serotonin. These chemicals create pleasure, attachment, and obsession. That intense feeling you call love is not magic or destiny. It is chemistry. And just like drugs, these chemicals can create dependency. When a relationship ends, the pain you feel is not only emotional. It is your brain struggling to function without the chemical balance it had become used to. The brain also protects you in strange ways. When something extremely traumatic happens, your mind may hide or distort the memory. This is not a weakness. It is a defense mechanism. Survivors of accidents, abuse, or war often experience memory gaps because the brain decides some truths are too dangerous to remember directly. However, these hidden memories do not disappear. They return as nightmares, sudden fear, anxiety, or unexplained sadness, quietly influencing your life from the shadows. Perhaps the most unsettling truth is that your brain never stops talking to itself. Thousands of thoughts pass through your mind every single day, and most of them are negative. This is because the brain evolved to focus on danger, not happiness. One negative comment can hurt more than 10 positive ones can heal. Even in safe environments, your brain scans for threats. This ancient survival system is the reason modern humans struggle with stress and anxiety. So the next time you say, "This is my decision," or "This is who I am," remember this: your brain is a powerful survival machine. It decides before you decide, remembers things that never happened, forgets things that did, and quietly shapes your reality. You may feel like you are controlling your brain, but in many ways, your brain has been controlling you all along. Fact number 2. Most people believe that time is something stable and predictable, moving forward at the same speed for everyone. Seconds, minutes, hours, all neatly arranged, ticking away equally for every human on Earth. But the truth about time is far more terrifying and mysterious. Time does not move the same for everyone. And in some situations, it can almost feel like it stops, stretches, or even disappears completely. Have you ever noticed how time feels slow when you are scared, but flies when you are happy? That is not imagination. Your brain does not experience time as a clock does. It creates time based on emotions, danger, and focus. In moments of fear, your brain enters survival mode and starts recording more details. Because more information is being processed, the moment feels longer. That is why during accidents, people often say, "Everything happened in slow motion." Time did not actually slow down. Your brain simply worked faster than usual. Now imagine this on a much larger scale. According to modern physics, time itself is not fixed. It bends and changes depending on speed and gravity. This is not science fiction. It is a proven scientific fact. Astronauts who travel at extremely high speeds experience time slightly slower than people on Earth. This means that someone in space can age more slowly than someone on the ground. The difference is small, but it is real. Technically, time travel to the future already exists. Gravity also changes time. The stronger the gravity, the slower time moves. Near massive objects like black holes, time almost comes to a stop. If a human could somehow survive near a black hole, a few minutes for them could equal years passing on Earth. Years later, that moment can still feel present, as if it never ended. This is why trauma survivors often say they feel stuck in the past. For their brain, time truly stopped at that point. Even your memories are not arranged in proper order. The brain does not store life like a straight timeline. It stores moments based on emotional impact. A single painful memory from childhood can feel closer than something that happened last week. Meanwhile, entire years of routine life can disappear without leaving any strong memory behind. In a strange way, the moments that hurt you the most live longer than the moments that made you calm. Scientists also believe that the brain can predict the future in small ways. Your mind constantly analyzes patterns and creates expectations. When something unexpected happens, time feels strange, almost unreal. That is because your brain was running a prediction, and reality broke it. This tiny delay is enough to make moments feel shocking or unforgettable. In these moments, time feels sharp and intense. The scariest idea is this: one day, time will end. Not just for humans, but for the entire universe. Scientists believe the universe is slowly moving toward a state where no energy, no movement, and no change will exist. When that happens, time itself will lose meaning. No past, no future, only stillness. Everything that ever happened will be frozen in history, unreachable forever. So when you say, "I don't have time," remember this truth. Time is not something you own. It is something your brain creates, stretches, and destroys without asking you. Your entire life is experienced through a fragile illusion of time, one that can speed up, slow down, or disappear completely. You are not moving through time as much as time is moving through you.
Fact number 3. Most people believe that what they see is reality. They trust their eyes more than anything else, assuming that vision is the most accurate sense humans have. But the truth is far more unsettling. Your eyes do not show you the world as it truly is. They only send raw, incomplete signals to your brain, and your brain fills in the gaps. What you experience as reality is actually a carefully edited version, created to keep you alive, not to show you the truth. Your eyes can only see a very small portion of the light spectrum. There are colors, movements, and energies all around you that are completely invisible to human vision. Animals like snakes can see heat, bees can see ultraviolet patterns on flowers. Even simple cameras can capture things your eyes never will. This means the world you think you know is only a tiny slice of what actually exists. You are living inside a filtered reality without even realizing it. Even within that limited view, your brain constantly lies to you. When you move your eyes, your vision briefly goes blind, but your brain hides this blackout from you. You never notice the gaps. Your brain smoothly connects one image to the next, creating the illusion of a continuous, stable world. In reality, your vision is full of breaks and missing frames, but your mind edits them out perfectly. There is a blind spot in each of your eyes where the optic nerve connects to the brain. In that spot, you see absolutely nothing. Yet you never notice a black hole in your vision. Your brain fills it in using surrounding information. This means you are seeing things that are not actually there. Your brain prefers a believable story over the truth, even when it has to invent parts of reality. Fear can completely change what you see. In darkness or danger, your brain prioritizes survival over accuracy. Shadows turn into shapes. Sounds turn into movement. Your brain would rather falsely see a threat than miss a real one. This is why people see figures in the dark or feel watched when they are alone. It is not imagination. It is an ancient survival system working too hard. Your brain also decides what is important and what is not. You are not aware of most things happening around you because your brain filters them out. This is why you can miss obvious details right in front of you. Magicians use this weakness to perform impossible tricks. They do not move fast. They move where your brain is not paying attention. The reality you miss is often bigger than the reality you notice. Memories then reshape what you saw. After an event, your brain changes the image every time you recall it. Over time, your memory of what you saw becomes less accurate and more emotional. This is why eyewitness testimony can be unreliable. People truly believe what they remember, even when it is wrong. The brain does not protect truth. It protects confidence. Technology has made this even more dangerous. Screens, filters, and editing tools create realities that never existed. Your brain reacts to them as if they were real. You feel emotions for people you have never met and places you have never been. The line between reality and illusion is becoming thinner every day, and your brain is not prepared for it. Perhaps the most disturbing truth is this: if your brain suddenly stopped editing reality, you would not survive. The raw world is too complex, too loud, too overwhelming. The brain simplifies, hides, and lies to protect you. What you call reality is actually a survival version of the universe. So the next time you trust your eyes completely, remember this: you are not seeing the world as it is. You are seeing a story your brain created for you. A story designed to keep you alive, not to show you the truth.
Fact number 4. Most people believe that memories are permanent, like files saved safely inside the brain, waiting to be opened whenever we want. We trust our memories because they feel real, emotional, and personal, but the truth is deeply disturbing. Human memory is not a recording, it is a reconstruction. Every time you remember something, your brain rewrites it. This means your past is constantly changing without your permission. When something happens in your life, the brain does not store every detail. It saves emotions, fragments, and meaning. Later, when you remember the event, your brain rebuilds it using imagination, current emotions, and expectations. This rebuilt memory feels just as real as the original moment, even if many details are wrong. Over time, the difference between what actually happened and what you remember becomes impossible to separate. This is why childhood memories are so unreliable. Many people clearly remember moments from very early childhood, but science shows that most of these memories are partly or completely false. They were created later using stories told by others, photos, or repeated imagination. The brain fills empty spaces with whatever makes sense emotionally. Once the memory feels real, the brain protects it fiercely. Trauma makes this even darker. In painful situations, the brain may either erase details or exaggerate them. Some memories become frozen, replaying again and again as if time never moved forward. Others disappear completely, locked away to protect the mind. But erased memories do not die. They influence behavior, fears, and emotions silently. You may react strongly to something without knowing why, because your brain remembers what you do not. False memories can be created easily. Studies have shown that simply suggesting an event repeatedly can make people remember things that never happened. They feel the emotion, see images in their mind, and become fully convinced. This means memory is not truth, it is belief. The brain does not ask, "Did this happen?" It asks, "Does this feel real enough?" This becomes dangerous in real life. Innocent people have been punished because of confident eyewitness memories that were later proven wrong. The witnesses were not lying. Their brains truly believed what they remembered. Confidence does not mean accuracy when it comes to memory. The brain rewards emotional clarity, not factual truth. Your identity is built on memory. The story you tell yourself about who you are comes from remembered experiences. But if those memories are constantly changing, then your identity is also unstable. You are not the same person you remember being, and the person you remember may never have truly existed in the way you believe. Even happiness and pain from the past are altered by memory. The brain softens some pain and sharpens other moments. Sometimes it exaggerates suffering, sometimes it hides joy. This selective editing shapes your future choices. You may avoid things that were never truly dangerous or chase dreams that were never truly real. The most unsettling truth is this: your past is not behind you. It is being rewritten inside your mind every single day. The memories you trust the most may be the least accurate. Yet without these fragile memories, you would not know who you are. So when you say, "I remember it clearly," remember this fact. Clarity does not mean truth. Your brain is not a historian. It is a storyteller, constantly editing your past to protect your present. Fact number 5. Most people believe that death is a clear ending, a final moment where everything simply stops. The heart stops beating, the brain shuts down, and consciousness disappears forever. But science has discovered something far more unsettling. Death is not an instant switch. It is a slow process, and in some cases, the brain remains active even after the body has technically died. When the heart stops, oxygen supply to the brain begins to fall. Doctors once believed that consciousness ends immediately at this point. But modern research shows that the brain can continue to function for a short time after clinical death. Brain waves linked to memory, awareness, and dreaming have been detected seconds and even minutes after the heart has stopped. This suggests that the brain may still be aware, at least briefly, after the body begins to shut down. This could explain near-death experiences reported by people around the world. Many describe seeing bright lights, reliving memories, hearing voices, or feeling separated from their body. For a long time, these stories were dismissed as imagination. But scientists now believe these experiences may be caused by a final surge of brain activity. As oxygen drops, the brain releases powerful chemicals, creating vivid experiences that feel more real than reality itself. One of the most disturbing discoveries is what happens to memory at the moment of death. The brain's life review process may activate, replaying important moments at incredible speed. People who survive cardiac arrest often say they saw their entire life in seconds. This is not spiritual storytelling. It may be the brain's final attempt to find meaning or survival solutions before shutting down. The body and brain do not die together. Different parts shut down at different times. Skin cells can remain alive for hours. Bone and muscle cells can survive for days. Even after death, the body is still active in silent ways. On a microscopic level, life does not end instantly. It fades. The fear of death itself is deeply wired into the brain. Humans are one of the few species that understand they will die one day. This awareness shapes every decision you make, even if you never think about it directly. The brain constantly balances risk and safety because it knows the body is temporary. This hidden fear influences love, ambition, religion, and legacy. There's also a terrifying idea known as time distortion at death. Just like in extreme fear, the brain may stretch final moments into what feels like a long experience. Seconds could feel like minutes or longer. If true, the final moments of consciousness could feel much longer than we imagine, filled with intense thought and emotion. Even more unsettling is the idea that consciousness may not shut off cleanly. Some scientists believe awareness fades gradually, not suddenly. That means the line between life and death is blurred. The final thought may not be peace. It may be confusion, memory, or awareness slipping away piece by piece. The brain is designed to survive, not to accept endings. Even in death, it may fight, replay, and search for meaning. The silence that comes after is not sudden. It is earned through shutdown. So when you think of death as a single moment, remember this fact. Death is a process, not a point. And the brain, the same organ that controlled your reality your entire life, may still be active when everything else has already let go. Fact number 6. Most people believe that they are awake for most of their lives and only sleep for rest. They think real life happens when the eyes are open, and sleep is just a pause. But the truth is far more mysterious and unsettling. A huge part of your life is spent in a world that feels unreal. Yet it secretly controls your emotions, fears, decisions, and even your future. That hidden world is the world of dreams. Every night, when you fall asleep, your brain does not shut down. In fact, it becomes even more active in some areas than when you are awake. While your body lies still, your mind enters a different reality where rules of time, logic, and physics no longer exist. You can fly, meet people who are gone, relive moments, or experience things that never happened. To your brain, these experiences feel real. The disturbing part is that your brain cannot fully tell the difference between dreams and reality. When you dream, the same emotional centers activate as they do in real life. Fear in a nightmare triggers real fear chemicals. Love in a dream can make you wake up with real emotions. This is why dreams can affect your mood for the entire day, even though nothing real happened. Dreams are not random. Your brain uses them to process unresolved emotions, hidden fears, and unspoken desires. Things you ignore during the day often return at night in symbolic form. The brain speaks in images, not words. A closed door might represent fear. Falling might represent loss of control. Being chased might represent anxiety. Your dreams are messages from parts of your mind you do not listen to when you are awake. Even more unsettling is lucid dreaming, the moment when you realize you are dreaming while still inside the dream. In this state, some people can control the dream world. They can change scenes, fly, or create people. This proves something shocking. Reality inside the mind can feel just as real as the physical world. The only difference is which part of the brain is active. But there is a darker side. Sleep paralysis shows how thin the line is between dreams and reality. In this state, the brain wakes up before the body. You cannot move, but your dream world leaks into reality. People see shadows, hear voices, feel pressure on their chest. Across cultures, these experiences are almost identical. This suggests that fear monsters are not supernatural. They are created by the brain itself. Your brain also uses dreams to prepare you for danger. Ancient humans who dreamed about threats were more likely to survive in real life. Even today, your nightmares may be training simulations. Your brain is practicing reactions. teaching you how to survive emotionally and physically. The most frightening idea is this: you may spend more time experiencing life inside your mind than in the real world. Emotions, fears, love, trauma, all replay again and again while you sleep. In a way, you live two lives, one when awake and one when dreaming, and both feel real to your brain. So when you wake up from a powerful dream and feel confused, emotional, or disturbed, remember this fact: your mind just took you to another reality, one that shapes who you are more than you realize. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, because even more shocking and mind-blowing facts are coming your way.